I'm stuck.
Why not?
Okay, you gotta go.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Donato, for
You're welcome.
giving us the chance to speak to you. So basically, I have a first question. What do you think about animal abuse, animal cruelty, and what is your opinion about that?
Is there any other opinion to have except that it's just terrible and it shouldn't happen?
That's exactly how I feel. So I totally I'm with
Imagine
you.
if I was going to say, no, it's amazing. I do it every
I
weekend.
mean, we had a lot of people. We had a lot of people that are in the business and they are like killing animals for business and they see them as objects or properties. So
True.
there is people that make money on that and they will defend the position saying, I've seen no problem in that. But you're not one of them. So
Totally not.
this is very helpful. So you say that you're against that and it's horrible. I have one question. Do you believe that animals, since they and why is that? Why do you think that it's bad that to abuse animals and torture
But
them?
for many reasons, there's no. Definitely all the economy, all how the system is built. It's a matter of demand and
Offer.
and
Very,
offer.
that's very correct.
So the fact that we need to have always more and more and more,
Yeah.
we are going against what is the even like with vegetables and fruits, we are going against what's a normal season. We are used to have mangoes and papaya at Reve in February.
Yeah. But let's stay on the
And on the animals.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I think it's not natural and abusing the planet is bad. But we are here trying to really get to the core.
Sorry, I went out of.
No,
the
it's
topic.
okay. It's okay. It's okay. We get back on track. I'm totally with you. That's why we are here. We are indeed both against that. And
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Are you also already vegan or not
No.
yet? Okay.
No.
Because I was also against animal abuse when I was not vegan, but someone, also vegan activist like Alex and other great activists, explained me that there is a cognitive dissonance when we are against something, but we are still part of it. It's like saying I'm against violence, but once per week I come home and I punch my girlfriend because it's fun. Then it's a bit like, yeah, but you said you are against violence. Yeah, but I do it now and then.
Unless she asked to.
But that's consent. That's consensual. That's a completely different story. Yes, that's a very good point. But let's say that, I mean, animals cannot give consent, and the violence, since they are sentient beings, they feel pain and they don't want to be in cages. They don't want to be
Yeah, that's,
abused and killed. So they don't give consent with that. It's not a kink that they have. They really don't enjoy that. So my question for you is, if you would have the choice to not finance it anymore and go, like for example, vegan on the spot, what would hold you back to say, I don't know, is there a reason why? Because I turned vegan some years ago, they're also vegan, and we realized very quickly that actually it is possible, and it's you're gonna be fit, healthy, if you do it properly, as before, but you're gonna have a dramatic impact on the life, or basically you're not gonna have a negative impact on the life of others if you take this decision.
I respect all of you activists very much. I have a lot of friends, and we had these conversations quite often. Actually, just on Sunday with
Wow.
a very good friend of
The
mine.
universe
She's-
really wants you to be vegan.
She's vegan, and we were talking about the journey. She was vegetarian, now she's vegan, and you know, sometimes I admit I'm like I almost forget about all the things that are part of this universe.
Yeah.
And even if it's just like a cheese or eggs or ice cream sometimes. Hey, do you want an ice cream? And she's looking at me and she's like,
Because it
yes,
looks.
but you know. So I recognize that I have a long way in front of me before being completely aware of what is necessary, what is part of, and what is not.
And that's why we are here, because we can bring you this awareness, because at the heart you would never allow me if there would be like, let's say, a baby goat or a chicken or a cow passing here, and I would take a stick and start to beat it. They would
No.
say, Marco, what is wrong with you? What are you doing? Especially if it would be not necessary. Like we are not on an island alone and there is nothing else to eat. Like if there is vegan restaurants in every corner, they would say, why are you beating this dog or this cat or this cow?
Absolutely.
And this is exactly the same. So basically where I wanna go to is that we are here to put the light and bring this awareness in order for people that are already from the heart that you're already vegan, because you would not allow me, you would even stop me, right? So you would not be only be vegan, you would even be an activist, because not only you would not join me in the beating, but you would even stop me. And this is exactly what we're doing. We are stopping people because of their
From the cruelty, no?
Yeah,
because
because
it's cruel.
it is cruel, and the industry makes it very appealing for you, because you go to the ice cream place, you don't see the baby cow taken away from the mother. They're not showing this. They show just the flurry thing,
colors.
the colors. Enjoy, it's delicious with the sugars and stuff, but they don't show what it means at the other end. And we are here to say, for a non-vegan ice cream, for milk, a mother has to be raped, because milk is just coming from cows if they're pregnant. If they have babies, the babies are taken away from the mother. Imagine it if it would be humans. You would have to. They take the sperm from the bull, then they put the arm in the ass of the cow to put down the cervix. Then they put a stick of metal to put this in. And after normally 5-6 times in which the cow got raped and inseminated, and gave the kids to birth, and she's tired of giving milk because her body starts to go down, what do? They kill her.
I can guess.
So basically, it's a circle of torture and death for an ice cream. And the crazy thing is that nowadays, especially in Berlin and many big cities worldwide, the ice cream that is vegan exists. So
It's great to have the option, and I think it's
Yeah.
even greater to be aware
yeah,
about what is necessary, what is behind the scenes.
You have to know.
All
You have
the
to know.
chain, all the production chain.
yeah, you have to see it. And once you see it, I mean, would you still choose the one knowing that this meant this harm?
Maybe someone will choose, but if they know and if they are aware,
Yeah.
well,
But if I
can
would ask,
respect their choice.
but if I would ask to you, Donato, like, would you still choose for a product that is that basically you are paying for someone to use violence towards animals? If you can choose not to, what is holding you back to stop financing this?
In my personal case, I recognize my laziness. Because
So
sometimes
comfort.
it's comfort, yes. I
Yeah.
think you need to make sure that you have the right setup and mindset in order to switch. It's so easy. You are hungry. You open your fridge and whatever you have.
It's very easy to be part
to
of that.
fall into like a piece of bread and cheese and ham,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
example.
But my question is, do you think that laziness of comfort are justifications for abusing?
No, not at all. Money is also another point, because every time that I try to make more conscious choices and I buy my food in markets, want to know who is doing what,
Yeah.
and I try to avoid to buy stuff in big chains. You don't really know what's going on in behind the scenes. It's expensive.
You mean vegan products are more expensive?
Vegan products, bio products are way more expensive.
Okay,
So this is also holding me
let's
back.
keep the bio away for a moment.
Sorry, yeah, it's another thing.
And because I can say, like, I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, and since I am not eating meat anymore, since I was trying to always get the bio meat, I'm spending way less, like rice, beans, potatoes, cereals, even tofu. Like a kilo of tofu compared to a kilo of good meat, or good meat, there is no good meat, everything is bad, but of bio free-range meat is a fraction of the price. So of course, if you maybe just want to have the fanciest vegan cheese, then it's gonna be maybe.
No, but it's not defensive. Can I challenge you with a question also?
Of course, please.
What if the tofu that you buy is produced by a company that is not respecting the labor rights and people are underpaid and they do not have health insurance and they work 14 hours per day?
I mean, that's horrible. But this is like, what about this? Like, what about that? This can go in both industries. But here we are not talking about. I mean, I believe everyone should be paid properly. I usually check to buy not the
Right.
cheapest stuff, and I will also go to bio market. Nevertheless, the point is not bio or not bio.
No, it's more about the production chain. What I'm saying is that I'm against everything that is not produced in the way that it respects the people that are working
For sure.
for the chain, the seasonality.
I agree.
All of,
I agree.
all of this stuff.
I mean, yeah,
Can I intervene?
yeah, for sure.
Please.
Give me the mic just for this answer. It's on the tip of my tongue. So just that we have that on camera. So the thing is, what you're talking about is malpractice, right? Of course, there are practices that need to be better for some products to be produced, right? But there are ways that we can produce ethical tofu, right? And ethical plants. But there is no way to produce ethical animal products because you always have to exploit an animal for animal products, whereas you don't have to exploit anyone to produce plants. And so we could focus on the malpractice of some brands for sure, but this is not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about sentient individuals who are exploited, although we have options, you know,
Of
that
course.
won't include them. So it's really not about the way that these things are produced. It's about the inherent cruelty of using someone as a resource, you know, because you're not a resource and animals aren't resources either, right?
They're not objects.
Yeah,
they're
they're
also not working vegetables. You know, like there is a big difference between taking an apple and cutting it in half, or taking a baby cow and shooting it in the head.
Sure. My point is that I think what is evil is really the capitalistic system that is behind everything. At some point, if we all switch to eat only vegetables, they are going to exploit the people that will work in the fields, and we will have a second problem. So I don't want to fall into a conversation where I need to choose what is better to exploit and what not. Of course, we don't want to kill animals. We don't want to slaughter them.
We want to have fair conditions for both, but
conditions.
the only way to have fair condition for both is to first go vegan, because if you don't go vegan, there is no chance for the animals, while if you go vegan, there is a chance for humanity. And I will tell you also one thing: the people are more exploited because the most of the land is used to feed animals. There are 80 billion farm animals compared to 8 billion humans. So there is 10 times more cows, pigs, chickens that have to be fed. So
Land animals.
land animals.
Land animals.
Yeah, 80 billion. So if you really care about using resources better and having more fair payments, if we use the fields to feed humans instead of feeding animals to then feed humans, we have way higher chances to also have that done. So your point is valid, but again, it's another point to go vegan. And
Or to be independent in the way you can provide yourself food.
I mean, we
This is for me the only real solution.
But the
it's
thing
a
is that-
long journey. But if you can grow your vegetables, your fruits, everything you need.
that's the non plus ultra. But if you cannot, yeah, sorry, do you have a point?
No.
Okay.
I'm just changing position.
Yeah, if you can, I mean, we are also planning to do that, but until then, at least the minimum we can do is to not exploit sentient beings like chicken, cows, fish, that really have a brain and a nerve system and really feel pain, are afraid to die, and, have an interest in life, that we kill it for shoes, food, products, while this is avoidable, because these are reasons that are trivial. We don't need to exploit them. Humans don't need meat, fish, eggs to survive. You know, like we can be very healthy on a vegan diet, and since we are omnivores and we can choose, why should we choose for the option that is causing harm and exploitation to innocents that don't want to be exploited?
Because the system is making it easier and cheaper. That's the problem.
But you also have your moral obligation to choose. Like, you know, like
that's the
there
where
are
we
co-
stand now.
yeah, like I don't know, like it's like saying there are countries in which I don't know, you can have sex with children. Then if you travel to that country, you do it.
Yeah.
I say, yeah, but the system here it's allowed. You know, like you cannot wash your hands out of the blood, because I am vegan here. She's vegan. So you can also say no to the system and boycott it, because if you pay for this, you give them more power, because money is power. So if you say, look, the system is fucked up, here, take my money, you are basically a bit hypocrite. It's like, this is wrong, I don't like it, but I will do it and I will pay you for doing it.
Yeah. Information is key, and being also the culture, not just information, to really understand how things are working. It's
Yes,
then we need to give everyone the possibility to make a choice.
But like, the choice is important, but also if you already agree that exploiting animals is wrong, you already choose.
Exploiting animal is wrong. Yes, it's wrong. There's another way? No. In your opinion?
There is no way to kill someone in a nice way. Even my partner, I love her. We are together since years. I gave her the best food and invite to a restaurant. But if we are sleeping and I suffocate her and I eat her, it's still not the best way. I don't think she would be happy.
What if she dies? Would you?
But if she dies of a natural death, I would still not eat my partner. I mean, I will also not eat my dog if he dies. You know,
No,
like
no, of course,
I don't see humans and pets and animals as food anymore. Even though they might be pleasant to, probably she's also tasting great.
You
Maybe,
also have calories.
yeah. I mean,
You're not a resource. You're not food.
Yeah, like,
Not
that's
yet.
The perception. That's
yeah. I
the
mean,
perception, you know?
if I would run and then take your partner, your friends, and put them to sleep and start to cut them in pieces, then they would make a Netflix series about me, Dahmer too, Marco the cannibal. And
I
should
will watch it.
He would watch it, but I should go to jail, because I don't know if he
of
would be
course,
happy
of course,
if
of
you would
course.
find the head of your friend in my fridge, you know. And this is a bit the same. So if you understand that, I mean, we can give you resources and we can give you a documentary to watch that shows the practices, because it's most of us don't know exactly what's going on behind closed doors. And once you're gonna see how brutal the industry really is.
I know, I've watched all of them. I like to be informed.
Did you watch
about it.
Dominion?
Yes, I watch also. There's another one that
Earthlings? The older
yeah,
one.
that one.
Yeah.
There's also a very recent one. I think like a month ago. It was
I don't know about that. I mean, there are
a
plenty
friend of mine sent me.
So you watch also Dominion and the whole movie, huh?
It's like a,
No, because like it is so
Yes.
brutal that, you know, like because I am vegan, but I am very often tempted by the smell of because I used to love meat, cheese, and fish. So sometimes I do miss it. But when I'm reminded about the pain that is causing to others, since I don't see myself as a exploiter. I see myself as someone that wants to have a better world, and ethically I want to be better step by step. I say, okay, Marco, yes, it smells great, but you go home and you're not gonna kill someone for a sandwich today. And this is working since years. So the question that we say at the end of the interviews is always like, since you can choose that the animals that are gonna be enslaved, killed, and basically put in pieces can be zero from now on, would you like it to be zero, or would you like it to be more than zero because of your laziness and comfort? And if you would be in their position, how many family members would you like to lose because someone is like, maybe tomorrow, maybe step by step, but then they take your sister, your brother, and then it's up to you.
Why my sister and brother?
Because the whole families are killed in slaughterhouses.
Okay.
And this is they recognize each other. So every time you are buying milk, cheese, or meat, a family member of someone has to be executed in your name. You're paying someone the bullet. Has your name. You say, okay, here, 20 euros. Boom. And very often they don't die on the spot. They have to shoot again, and then it's a horror show. So since you can put this to zero, my question is, why not? Why not going for it?
I
Ronaldo?
try to not go for it, but there are also alternatives.
Alternatives to not kill,
Not to
killing.
not to not kill, but not to be that cruel. There's a sort of relationship. I mean, it's a long topic. I don't want to take too much of your time also because I need to come
No,
back.
but I mean, long story short, if animals are not objects, if they are not property, and we should not be over them, there is never a good way to take the life of someone in a respectful way. You know, like you're taking away an interest from someone that doesn't want to die. So, you know, like, how would, I mean,
It's a beautiful topic, super complex. My grandfather was farmer all of his life. And when he was coming to visit us, he had to come back sooner because he had to feed the chickens or the baby goat or the pig, everything. We are not talking about industrial production. We are talking about the life of people.
But the animals
Just,
were still belonging to him. He saw it as property.
yeah.
He was making money with it.
No. He was just feeding his family with that. He was not making money out of
Okay.
it.
In times in which this was not avoidable and there was not in every supermarket a vegan alternative, I understand that in the past your grandfather might have needed this to survive. But you're not your grandfather. You're not living in the countryside, and you don't have to feed your chicken. So you can have the vegan alternative in the supermarket. So maybe also, I don't know, in some places in the world it's still not easy or accessible. But since you have the access, since you have the possibility, would you like to do it?
What?
To go vegan and stop paying for this
I
industry?
think I'm not ready. I think I'm not ready.
But what about them? Do you think they're ready to die in your name?
No.
And that's the thing. Why would you?
Because it's not so easy, my friend. I'm sorry.
She went vegan the day we met. She went vegan on the
and
spot.
I'm very happy for that.
No, it's not.
Well.
It's not about. It's not a brag. This is like. It's about.
I cannot go vegan like this. It's a long journey.
But
I'm thinking about it.
But why
I
would it be
hope
long?
It's a long journey. It's not that easy. It's not just about the slaughter, the violence.
But you're
There's a
talking-
system in place that is not necessarily as clean as you, or so demoniac as you think it is.
But you're talking to three people that are vegan, so we
And as I said, I
know
have a lot
we-
of friends that are vegan.
and we
had
know
this
it's easy. So
conversation.
you can just say that it's not easy if you did it. You know, like
No. I'm just saying that I'm against with you, and we can be activists together against slaughtering and mass
so you want to be
industrial production.
you want to be an activist for that.
Against violence and mass production and not respect.
At the same time?
Sorry?
But then you pay for it at the same time?
What do you mean you pay for it?
If you're not
I mean, you
vegan,
can't advocate against violence, but then turn around and fund slaughterhouses where we gas and electrocute and stab animals to death for optional
That's
things,
terrible.
right?
That's terrible. But this is not the only way. This is what I'm saying.
but how
If
you
we
want
are
to kill
going
without
aga-
killing?
It's not just killing. There's. Okay, guys.
They
if we
always
talk about-
always get killed for animal products.
Okay,
They never die of being cuddled.
but there's a difference between being killed and being slaughtered, being electrocuted, or like being genetic modified in order that you are just a chicken nuggets as soon as you are born. I'm talking about my situation right now is I'm trying to be conscious and make more ethical decision when it comes to not finance big chains, big groups, and make it just easy and stupid choices like a burger or something like this. But if I can look for more information, be more informed, be more cultural, ethical, responsible on my choices, there are alternatives. It's all about killing, or maybe they just die at some point and they eat what they have been feeding for the rest, for all of the life of the animals. But if you ask me right now, can you be vegan? I say, I'm not ready. I need to be more into it. I need to understand a bit better. Hopefully, this is the objective and I can reach that at some point.
So for you, knowing that these animals feel pain, they don't want to die, and you can choose for an alternative that is not.
My friend, we all need to die at some point. If they die...
But if I
It's
kill
not
you,
dying, it's about getting killed for something that is optional.
yeah, it's different. I
Yes,
mean,
yeah,
killing
I-
children, these are kids. Very often.
No, that is terrible. But if you die 6 months before your natural...
This is not
But it's
only-
never happening.
We're not eating sick and old animals. Nobody eats them. We're
No, yeah, but
young,
They're bred
healthy
into existence.
Animals
right?
can also live like 3 years, and you kill them after 2 years. I mean, I'm not saying
it's
that
terrible.
it's terrible for you, and I respect that. For me,
And for the
And also
animals,
for
the
them.
victims, for the victims, it's
Being
terrible.
murdered is. But did you ever see videos of when they get murdered? They really notice. They
I
hate
saw
it.
them live. I saw animals being killed live. I saw my grandfather killing a pig. I saw my grandfather.
And how was the
killing a-
pig behaving? It was he screaming?
Terrible. It's terrible, terrible.
So there is a cognitive dissonance, and most
My
people
friend,
have it.
out of that pig, 50 families have survived through the winter. You also,
Yeah,
you
of
also
course.
need to put that on a balance.
But it was another
if on
time.
one side there are, it's not just another time. It was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just, in Berlin. I always said to my friend, if I was born in Berlin, I would have been vegan since the age of, I don't know, 7, because the food here is what it is. I don't want to
It's
judge
great.
too much. But where I
Vegan
come
one, yeah.
from, that people they have their local places where they are farming animals, so they have vegetables and fruits, and they just ring at your bell and you find.
But do you live here now?
I live here now, but most of my food is coming from.
So they're
from
sending the
south of
corpses
it.
from south of Italy.
Not the corpses, my friend.
Are they
but-
alive?
Yeah,
What are they saying?
I slaughtered them in Tempolo. Can we agree that we disagree on this point? And I'm not.
Where
gonna
should I
say
disagree?
that
Because I cannot agree on the fact that animals don't want to die, and no matter how good you treat them, the question is how happy should they be that you can take away this happiness from them. You know, like if they were super happy to live, your grandfather was cuddling them for 2 years, and then he came with a knife. I mean, for me, this is since this is avoidable, at least in most parts of the. Also in Italy, where I'm from. I mean, I'm also from Italy. I maybe because I'm from a city, I cannot completely relate to the town where your grandfather grew. But
Well, it's a very small village. That's
yeah,
why.
it's a small village. Yeah, maybe it's a bit different reality. I give you that. But since I'm living in Berlin, my parents were also sending me meat in the past. But I said I don't want to do this anymore because I saw that this
And it's
unnecessary
great.
pain.
I'm happy for you, and I'm
But,
happy
but
for you.
you don't have to compliment me. You have to respect the animals. It's not like, oh, I'm cool, you are not.
No.
It's not about being better or worse. It's about aligning your action with your morals.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, of course.
Can you define in your own words what veganism is?
What
Veganism is? Can you define it in your own words? What you think what veganism is?
Okay, it's a choice, conscious choice that is going against all kind of food that is being produced by acting violently or using animals as just a profit, using them as a machine without any empathy, any respect for that kind.
Well, just very quick. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Thank you.
Well, veganism itself is a moral stance that rejects the commodification and exploitation of animals. Yes, because we don't view animals as resources or commodities because they're not. Obviously, they're sentient individuals, right? They have a central nervous system, pain receptors, a brain. They have a subjective experience of life, like you have, like I have, right? They have one chance of being here, one single chance of existence, right? And when we grant them, like.
They say that also plants have that.
Plants don't feel pain. They don't have a
not-
central nervous system.
not
They're
central
intelligent and
nervous
they react to stimuli, yes. But
They die also.
but the current, yeah, because they're living beings, but they're not sentient living beings. It's a big difference, right? So when I cut a carrot in half and when I cut a dog in half, it's not the
It's not
same.
the
But
same,
we
of
can
course,
agree
of
on that,
course.
right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so no
absolutely,
discussion about plants having feelings. The thing
No,
is,
they say feelings.
yeah,
They
but
just say that
the
they
thing is,
die.
you two established in the beginning that you are already vegan at heart. Because if there would any animal be right here, right now, and someone would attack them, you would hold them back. You would intervene, right? So we just don't understand how people can then turn around and fund slaughterhouses or even small farms. And also, I'm just came back from an undercover investigation from the nice, friendly farm next door. What everybody tells me they're buying their products are from, right? It's always a shithole. It's always a shit show, right? These animals, they have numbers. They're slaves. They're literally the property of us, as the slaves, the black slaves were the property of the white people. It's the exact same thing. So what we want is animal rights as a logical extension of human rights, so that animals have the right not to be enslaved, not to be discriminated against, not to be abused and exploited, because you have the right already and you're happy about it, right? You're happy that you have these human rights, that I can't chain you down in my basement and eat your leg because it's so tasty, right? Because it would be fucking illegal. And we think that animals should have the same moral consideration because the base is the same. It doesn't matter how the fuck someone looks, walks, or talks. What really counts is if they can feel what the fuck is going on, if they have a subjective experience of life, right? And this is what we're advocating for, so that people stop viewing animals as a resource. Like, you look down on them, but look up, go on eye level. You know what I'm saying? and as long as you're not living vegan, you're actually not doing that. And I think there is someone on my head. Okay, and.
Imagine if she was
No, don't worry about that. And the thing is, I have only 2 questions left. Okay.
okay.
So you understand that as long as you are not vegan, that you are complicit in animal exploitation. You understand that, and you understand that you can stop immediately, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can give you more resources, more links. You can check. Maybe watch the documentary again, and I can tell you as a ex-convinced person that meat was necessary and I cannot live without because I was loving the taste. I can tell you that once you shift and you start looking the victims in the eyes and recognize them as such and not as a piece of cheese and ham and a pair of shoes, but you see, okay, this is their skin, this is their flesh, this is their life. If you start shifting that, it's gonna get quite easy, if not actually no way around, to stop financing this. And then you're gonna be vegan because at heart you already are. But I know that society makes it very appealing not to be. That's why we are still a minority. But you can be part of this change.
But even you are growing way more. I mean, at least in Berlin, I have so many
because
friends that
a lot
are
of people
vegetarian.
get to their
vegan.
senses and be honest about themselves and their
Yeah,
actions,
yeah, but,
and they see the responsibility that they have. You know, because even if you don't see those victims, anytime you buy animal products, you create victims. You tell those industries breed more into existence.
I know.
Send more to the slaughterhouse. And exploit more animals, enslave them. I'm all against animal rights. This is literally what you're
And this is where I am now. I'm trying to make more conscious choices and to avoid exploitation.
Do it.
But dude, you're against animal abuse. Why the fuck not just saying, you know what, I'm gonna boycott the shit out of those industries who
You can
profit
do
out
it.
of animals? You
Because
can
I
do
don't
it.
trust the industry that is on the other side.
Yeah, but this is not
Though.
a good argument at all.
No, I know.
How
What is-
many
you know what
animals-
it-
how
my
many
real
animals should
argument-
be bred into existence in your name from now on to be
know.
enslaved and killed? How many? 0 or more than 0?
I-
What are you wishing for?
It's
What's your wish?
What are you wishing for?
What-
0?
what? 0 what?
But 0 animals from now on should be bred into existence, enslaved and murdered in your name.
No. Guys, okay.
Yeah, but this is literally what it comes down to.
Okay,
you know?
but
Do you realize?
I have my existence, right?
Yeah, and they have their existence.
And they have their existence,
Yeah.
and we respect each other, right?
Well, you don't if you don't live vegan.
Okay, and then I'm not gonna be respectful in the same way you do. For me, the way I see food is a very holy, is sacred. We are not talking about a ritual. We are talking about my immense pleasure. I don't know if in my existence I will be able to do the switch as you do. I respect you very much because you do that.
So you put your
I'm
own
not sure.
pleasure above the life of someone else then?
In this moment, yes.
Okay, don't you think that this is very selfish?
Yes, I have to be selfish in some choices, and I'm conscious about that.
Okay, but
If I
you
have to
also-
put my pleasure
That's
on the same
rapist
scale,
logic, right?
isn't well?
Yeah,
yes.
you put your own pleasure above.
Then I'm a rapist.